Hello and welcome to the continent's most reliable media platform regarding the journey of Africa to integrate its market. And we are coming to you this week live from the 61st ordinary session of the Authority of ECOWAS Heads of State and Government, where the chair position of ECOWAS has moved from Ghana to the Republic of Guinea-Bissau, plus many more changes. Listen. Leaders of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, have lifted economic and financial sanctions imposed on Mali after its military rulers proposed a 24-month transition to democracy and published a new electoral law. The bloc imposed stiff sanctions on Mali in January after the military government said it would not organize democratic elections the following month as initially planned. ECOWAS Commission President Jean-Claude Cassibrou told the news conference on Sunday that the sanctions will be lifted immediately. Borders with Mali will reopen and regional diplomats will return to Bamako.
The head of state took the following decision. The first decided to lift all the economic and financial sanctions that were taken on January 9, 2022. That means essentially the closure of the border and the freeze of the financial asset.
The individual sanctions targeted members of the ruling military government and the transitional council.
The head of state decided to maintain the individual sanction and also to maintain the suspension of Mali from the organ of ECOWAS institution.
The sanctions are reported to have crippled Mali's economy, raising humanitarian concerns amid widespread suffering. The ECOWAS mediator in Mali, former Nigerian President Goodluck Jonathan, visited the country and reports that Mali had made enormous progress.
Following a mission he made to Mali, he noticed that the Malian authority have taken steps in terms of passing the electoral code. They also took steps regarding setting up a monitoring mechanism for the transition.
The West African leaders meeting in Accra also accepted a pledge from the military that seized power in Burkina Faso to restore constitutional order in 24 months. Cassibrou said that after a lengthy discussion with the coup leaders in Burkina Faso, a new proposal for a 24-month transition was more acceptable after the heads of state rejected a proposed 36-month transition.
First is to remove the economic and financial sanctions that were imposed to Burkina Faso on 25th March 2022.
Economic and financial sanctions on Guinea, he said, were also lifted.
For the moment, they have decided to maintain the sanction in terms of the individual sanctions that were taken and to maintain the suspension of Guinea from all ECOWAS institutions.
Meanwhile, Guinea-Bissau President Umaru Embalo has been elected as the chairman of the Authority of Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS. He takes over from Ghana's President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, who held the chairmanship position for 2 terms following a re-election in 2021.
President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the president of Ghana, who is also the chair of authority since September 2020, he has completed his 2 years as head of ECOWAS authority. And according to ECOWAS procedure, rules and procedure, a new chair has been nominated in the person of President Umaru Embalo Sissoko, the president of the Republic of Guinea-Bissau.
Gambia's Umar Aliu Toure has also been announced as the new president of the ECOWAS Commission to replace Côte d'Ivoire's Jean-Claude Cassibrou.
A new ECOWAS Commission President has been appointed. According to ECOWAS rule and procedure, this new president is from the Gambia, Dr. Omar Aliu Toure, donc, with the new ECOWAS Commission President as of July 11, 2022.
Now, let's stay in Ghana, the trade and commercial hub of the continent of Africa, where the Secretary General of the AfCFTA Secretariat has addressed the oncoming roadshow, the Ghana roadshow, to support the AfCFTA trade agenda. AFREXIMBANK and OAKWARD Green Africa, in conjunction with Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Ghana Free Zones Authority, AfCFTA Secretariat, GCB and CBG, have organized a 3-day Ghana Trade Roadshow for banks and non-bank financial institutions, as well as the business community in Ghana. The roadshow, in addition to promoting AFREXIMBANK's mandate in Ghana, seeks to foster a deeper understanding of AFREXIMBANK's products to the banking and business communities and to consolidate various discussions initiated with the Central Bank following the successful launch of the Pan-African Payments and Settlement System PAPS. It will again serve as an introduction to the Ghanaian market on various funding initiatives being undertaken by AFREXIMBANK, the AfCFTA and its partners in their bid to transform Africa's trade and the role Ghana could play in such endeavor. Overall, the roadshow is expected to afford businesses in Ghana the opportunity to take advantage of AFREXIMBANK's trade finance and intra-Africa trade facilitation capacity. The Secretary General of the AfCFTA Secretariat explained that the objective of the agreement is that by the year 2035, 97% of goods that will trade under the AfCFTA must be duty-free.
Why do we get beef from Australia or New Zealand when we can get it from Botswana? Why do we get milk from Argentina when we can get it from Uganda? Why does Southern Africa get their chocolate or coffee from Colombia? So this is what the AfCFTA is intending to do, to establish the value chains that will enable trade to take place in Africa amongst us South Africans.
He also expanded on some of the expected benefits of the agreement.
You can move your goods from the port of Mombasa to Kampala in 3 days, a distance of 1,600 kilometers. They reduced the transit time over a 10-year period from 15 days, 28 steps, to 3 days and 1 step. They now have a digital tracking system for trucks that are leaving the port. You can see in real time what is in the truck, which officer stopped the truck, for what reason.
Ghana's Deputy Minister of Trade and Industry said Ghana is ready and committed to implement the AfCFTA through its National AfCFTA Coordination Office.
Through our National AfCFTA Coordination Office, about 200 companies are undergoing an enterprise assessment to determine their specific needs and facilitation support. If properly implemented, this support program would accelerate the readiness and participation of Ghanaian businesses under the AfCFTA.
And again here in Ghana, the Minister for Trade and Industry, Honorable Alan Kwadwo Tremantin, has launched the business resource centers across the entire country. Ghana's industrialization agenda has received a major boost with the establishment of 67 business resource centers across the country. They were set up by the Ministry of Trade and Industry under the Rural Enterprises Program, REP, to support the growth and competitiveness of micro, small and medium enterprises, MSMEs, and One District, One Factory agenda of the Ghanaian government. The BRCs are providing business development services such as the identification of business opportunities, business plan preparation, facilitation of access to finance and credit, and business health check, otherwise known as business diagnostics. Speaking at the launch of the BRCs in Accra, the Minister of Trade and Industry, Alan Tremantin, noted that many countries, especially in Europe, North America, and Asia, had developed their economies by paying more attention to building strong MSMEs that had grown from family-owned businesses into multinationals.
These great countries are where they are because of their commitment to private enterprise and the development of entrepreneurship. This explains why individuals in a country like the United States make an annual turnover which is higher than the GDP of our country, Ghana.
Noted that Ghana was faced with three main challenges, namely unemployment, low revenue mobilization, and lack of sustained inflow of foreign exchange, which needed to be tackled to put the country on the right path.
But if we learn from the example of these great nations, the evidence is clear. It is the private sector that provides the solution to the creation of jobs. The public sector employment cannot be the solution to this very important and critical challenge of ours.
The National Director of the Rural Enterprises Program, Kwesiata Entwi, said one of the biggest achievements of the REP was the huge innovative institutional legacy that it offered the country at the district, regional and national levels for the promotion of business development.
The national MSME policy for Ghana is now in place. The National Board for Small Scale Industry is now transformed into GEA, Ghana Enterprises Agency, a new image for MSME promotion in the country. And I'm sure you are all witnesses to that. Today, we have gathered here to have an official national launch of BRCs, Business Resource Centers, a dream come true.
The Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Enterprise Agency, Kosi Yankiaye, described the BRCs as huge assets for the nation's growth and development.
The new Ghana Enterprises Agency is the agency that would manage these new business resource centers. In partnership with the business resource centers, we will ensure that the MSMEs of this nation have the tools, have the resources to be able to build and move forward.
So let's now go all the way to Tanzania, where my colleague and sister Besua Douna Hammond caught up with the Dr. Amani, as for the president of Egyptian Women Business Women Associations, to find out from her what she makes of the journey of the AfCFTA thus far.
Africa Continental Free Trade Area is our flagship program across the continent to promote our real integration, our real African dream. I believe since the launch of AfCFTA, there has been a great achievements with reference to the ratification of all the countries that have ratified it, with the popularization of the AfCFTA across all our African population. Everybody is aware of why AfCFTA is important to realize our Agenda 2063 development agenda. There has been a lot that has been achieved, a lot of MOUs with reference to real integration, building together our economic blocks. We had coordinating meetings with the REX, with the private sector. The private sector is a partner with AfCFTA to see how we realize our agenda. We are really looking forward to see how this AfCFTA could everybody will ratify it, but also how the Africa Continental Free Trade Area will be the driving force for industrialization, for investment on the continent, to see how we have a made in Africa product that is competitive, that is value added, that is branded, that is designed for our African integration. So let us all work together as government, private sector, AfCFTA, AU, to come together for a meaningful AfCFTA commercialization for our African products, meaningful for the people of Africa, the impact on the daily life of our large corporates, SMEs, women and youth, and all the people of Africa.
Loads of actions have been taken along the line of developing businesses and preparing the continent for commercially meaningful trading. And those of us on the Single African Market Program, we've endeavored to expose and reveal quite a number of entrepreneurs who are doing so well, readying themselves for the continental market. This week, we are going to focus on a family, an entire family that is adding value to cocoa beans. Ghana produces one of the best cocoa beans we have globally. As a matter of fact, it is said that Ghana is the largest producer of the most quality cocoa. Globally, Côte d'Ivoire is the #1 producer of cocoa, but when it comes to the top quality cocoa, Ghana is said to be the #1. And Mr. Manya and his entire family are adding value to cocoa beans, creating quality chocolate out of that, cocoa powder out of that, selling them in the US, in the European market, on the continental stage, selling them almost in every African country, and hoping to expand a lot more once the AfCFTA commercially meaningful trading commences.
This company was established purposely to process cocoa, add value to Ghana's cocoa. So we came out with a natural unsweetened cocoa powder. So we came out with this chocolate product, and this is instant. The instant chocolate drink 2021 during the Ghana Cocoa Awards won the Cocoa Beverage Award of the Year. This also gotten at the same time 2021, and this is because we were promoting cocoa consumption. Ghana is the world's #1 producer of cocoa in terms of quality, just second to Côte d'Ivoire, who is in quantity. But when it comes to quality, around the world, Ghana's cocoa is the benchmark for the world cocoa. This market is well over $100 billion. If you take the value chain of cocoa, how much do our farmers get? They get less than 3%. If you move to the processing, you may be getting about 4%. You move further, 7%. It goes, and those in the marketing are getting the big chunk of it. But putting the economics aside, the health benefit of cocoa is so enormous that we have to expose our countrymen to cocoa consumption. It is very good for their health. And therefore, we thought that we have to promote the consumption of it. So we decided to put together a cafe, and people are participating and joining. You can go buy the product, you can go buy a cup of drink. We are able to do about 12 different drinks using our products. I have had the benefit of getting the family to be part of the production, the whole business. So I have a son who is a pharmacist, and he has become the R&D for the company. So he develops products, and right now he's working on us getting chocolates out and getting other things that we can do, even cosmetics, all from cocoa. The second boy is a finance person, and he is in charge of the finance department, making sure that what we are doing makes financial sense. And then the third one is also studying business law, so that she can also support the business that we are doing. I've been blessed with a very special wife, a woman who has supported this. She is the chief executive of the company. On the local front, our product is in some malls. Beyond the local level, we have moved to the international level. In Africa, our product is in Togo. The natural unsweetened cocoa have been put in their pharmaceutical shops, and they are treating it as if, as a health product. They also take the chocolate for their general market. We also have our product in Sierra Leone, and so they buy and then sell, come back and buy. So we are trading with them. Kenya is also having the product. Just last week we had a discussion, and we want to use the African Free Continental Trade Area program to enhance their performance there, because tax has been a certain limitation to that. Now, beyond Africa, we are in Europe, UK. The African Free Continental Trade Area is a big platform. Africa is also a big continent. We can trade among ourselves. There is so much need for cocoa in particular, for instance, because of the health benefits. Those in the Sahelian region, they drink a lot when the weather is hot. How can we help them to drink something that is healthy? So it means that if we are able to send cocoa powder to them, they should be able to. Now, if you are moving cocoa powder from Ghana across the border, you are required to pay some taxes. Could it be that they will be allowed to work through this AfCFTA and get it free? If that is it, it will enhance the business development, business practices, and people will easily come for it. When I mentioned it to the Kenyans, they were excited. We didn't know, because the goods that we imported from you, when it got there, we were slapped with taxes, and it made no business sense for us. So if there's an arrangement like that, investigate it for us and let's see how we can. So we need to promote it. Now, me who is producing golden pod here, if no one from AfCFTA come to me, I see it as a very huge building with people inside. If I don't go there to talk to them, I don't know how I can take advantage of it. But we need to see much more progress. Because as for people, businessmen are thinking, they are taking steps. So can we get this thing fasting so that quickly you can check on a website or something and you know, oh, your cocoa can go without this thing, and tell your counterpart that, oh, take advantage of this. The principle we set ourselves was that let's put this product on the international market. One of it was that we wanted to encourage Ghanaians that we can break barriers. So think global. And this paper has aluminium inside. And it is resealable, because we do not want you to have a product that when you open, then air would go. Can we get the product to be giftable? These are giftable, and we knew that it will be able to cross borders because of the environmental things I have. Now, number two, if someone picks it in a country that doesn't speak your language, how would that person enjoy the product? Or what will invite him to start taking the product? So this product has English, it has French. When we were doing it, a German tasted it. He said, this thing, I have to take it to Germany. So we have German also in it. So 3 languages. Once you pick it, straight away the product is an international product. For the US market, the packaging that we have replaced Germany, the German language with Spanish. Our guiding principle is to be environmentally sensitive, so that whichever country it goes, it will not face these issues of let's put tariff because they are coming to pollute our environment. So we decided that we will put a QR code that has all the languages on it. Once you tap on it, you should be able to quickly Google Translate and see what the product is. But if the market is major, we'll make sure that we have their specific language put there. I think that we want to trade with Africa and increase the benefits of cocoa in Africa. If you travel across Africa, outside of Africa, a lot of their food has cocoa. A lot of things they take, chocolate here, chocolate there. But if you come to Africa, no. And some of the things that we take are only dry foods and carbohydrates here and sugar water here and there. So let's consume what is on our continent. Let us create the wealth here on our continent, have the benefit of what God has given us on our continent. If we do that, we'll be able to go. Golden Pod is set to take over the African market. We have the capacity to produce and supply to all the markets as much as possible. We would like to ask the African Free Continental Trade Area to create a market environment or a market platform that puts everyone on the continent at the same market. So if I am at another section of the continent, I should be able to trade with others on the other without any barrier. If it is like that, it encourages people to move products across. And products from the other countries can also come here. And we'll build on the synergies that we have. We'll build on our core competencies. We would expand our market. And we'll be able to grow the African continent as far as the economic gains of business or manufacturing is concerned. It is a very laudable idea. It is welcome. Everyone has so much trust and hope on it. They should work together with us quite quickly. I think that we've heard this thing for quite some time. It is like we are marking time. Let's move. Take the first step. Problems will come. You solve it. You break the next barrier. Issues come. You solve it. And then we are growing. And that is how we would expect to see AfCFTA do for us.
Thank you. So we say a big congratulations to Mr. Amanya and the entire family getting into this huge entrepreneurship business, adding value to our raw material, the cocoa beans that we have in Ghana, packaging them in that beautiful package. We can only wish you well, particularly as the entire continent is preparing for commercially meaningful trading under the AfCFTA. In the coming weeks, because the month of July 2021 is when we started the Single African Market program. The month of July 2022 becomes a year after starting this program. We are going to pay attention and highlight some of our entrepreneurs who have chalked a lot of successes ever since we profile them on this platform in the coming weeks, so that you are aware of some of the successes that our entrepreneurs are chalking on the world stage, on the continental stage, and all of that. Some of them are winning remarkable awards. We'll tell you a lot more about all of that. The weather report, the forex rates for the African market, and also the flight schedules that are leaving the commercial capital and the trade hub of the continent of Africa to the rest of African cities. So if you saw the heads of states who arrived here, they are all taking their flights back into their various countries within West Africa, and it's important they get to know the schedules of the flight. That is coming your way, plus the AfCFTA status for countries on the continent. So once again, let me remind you that in the coming weeks, we will be profiling the success outcomes of all the entrepreneurs that we have featured on this platform, that we continue to encourage to take advantage of the AfCFTA to grow their businesses so that you can learn from it. And if we haven't profiled you yet and you have followed this platform, continue to follow it. Learn from those that we have profiled and continue to prepare yourself to take effective advantage of the AfCFTA. I will always encourage you to tag along this platform to understand the direction and the paradigm that the entire continent is heading regarding the journey of the continent of Africa to integrate its market. Always visit our social media handles and be informed there, because all the about 50 episodes that we have aired so far in the last 1 year are all on the platforms. You can listen to interviews and all the advice that have been given by experts and all of that on our various social media platforms. Thank you for watching the program, and I hope to see you same time next week.
There's a African righteous in the name of great Africa. It's a fight and conquer now. Forever, in the name of great Africa, there is victory. Forever, in the name of grace.